Hello, this is Kelly from Root Pursuit, and today we are working on decorating dark cardstock items that we may have. So I have like these little folders here, and I got a black envelope that I got, and some pockets, and then also some little file folder deals. So I thought we could play around with these. I have a few ideas for you. And yeah, using basically markers. I've got my metallic markers. So I'm going to be using these metallics. And then I'm also going to be using my gel pens. So I'm going to grab those. Oh. There's a lot. It's an awful lot of gel pens. Oh, I have my charger there again. So I have a bunch of gel pens. It's a huge stack. And then we can I'll show you some techniques for doing that. And then we can also add some lace, doily lace. So this is my vintage, one of my favorite doilies, but yeah, that might be fun to add to this as well. So a lot of times we don't necessarily just want to cover it with paper. Oh, these have these little tags on them. I just don't like those. I don't like how they look. And then also distressing is a little bit different because you know, you try to put brown ink on the edge of this black, and it's just not gonna have the same effect. But I have some other ideas to show you for that. So we'll get started. So let's just start with this little pocket, maybe. So it's kind of got this edge here, and I think we can maybe define that. So we can use this and maybe line it with gold. So let's just try that. So you can use a marker, and you kind of have to have a steady hand to do this one. So you can kind of highlight it with your metallics. So I have these opaque ones, and they are a little bit, I think maybe this, see, now I went over the line a little, but that just gives it a little bit of a pop on there. So this is just a gold Sharpie. So if you have one of those, or you happen to have these metallics, or the other option is what shows up really nicely is, these are Stampabilities pigment. So I have a gold one that will work, and a silver. I also have a bronze, and then some of the white pigments, some of the white pigment will also work as well. So let me just pull out one of those. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, this still hasn't been taken out of still in the wrapper. Okay, so this is chalk, and let's see, how do I want to do this? I'm just gonna go along the edge. I'm gonna do it on one of these little envelopes here. And then I'll put it on another piece of paper so you can kind of see the contrast. And actually, I'll just do both sides. So this isn't regular ink. This is actually a chalk, but a pigment ink will work as well. So, and I think typically that's all you would find the lighter colors in anyway. Maybe not. I'm not sure, but so then that's what that looks like on the black. So it just kind of gives it a little bit of an edge there, and I'll probably do all of these like that so that they all match. Let's see what else we can do. I could maybe take, what would I put on there? Maybe blue. Let's just, we're gonna be a little different with this one. And I'm gonna line the inside edge with this blue. But if you have pigment inks, then you can definitely use those. You don't need these metallics. But I like finding excuses to use these metallics. I think that's really what's going on with me. Okay, that. We'll do this edge. There we go. So then, that's how that looks in there. Let's do the top, and then you can kind of let it dry. So, and I'm kind of right on the edge of my camera view. So yeah, I think I would just do those two, and I'll let that one dry. All right, and this one, I have a couple of ideas. So I did this one on a different one the other day, so I'm just going to do the same thing, which is create these little flowers. When I create these flowers, so I'm using my pink opaque, and I'm doing 5 petals. The odd number looks the best, so again, 5 petals. And you can obviously do more than one, but I'm just gonna do the one to start off with. And I'm gonna do a green leaf. And you can just kind of get the shape of the green leaf. These are thick, so they're not gonna be real defined, but we're gonna fix that with our gel pens. So I could pull out maybe a pink or a red gel pen, and then I'm just gonna highlight my petals. And try to keep my hands out of the way so you can see, but I'm basically just going around the edge of those petals. So I'm the pink is still showing through in the middle, but I just highlighted it with my glitter sparkle gel pens. So I think I'll do the same. I'll use a green, maybe a lighter green on the leaf, and I'm just gonna make sure I get that point on the end to give it that good shape. So I'm really concerned about that point that I couldn't really get with my opaque marker. And then you can just do a line down the middle. If you want to get really fancy, you can, I'm gonna try this. I'm not sure how it's gonna work, but to get some white in there, maybe. I'm gonna try my silver gel pen. Just do, nope, it's not really liking that. Okay. So I was hoping to get a little lighter in the middle there. I do have a paint pen. I could try that. Just not really coming out yet, which is kind of good. So I'm just doing a couple dots in the middle and then a couple at the lower part of the leaf. And now I will show you how that looks close up. So yeah, looks pretty cute. Okay, and then we're gonna do, and I'm gonna use my gold. Actually, no, I'm gonna make a vine. I think I'm gonna do a vine with the green. And so I'll just have it coming out, and I'm gonna go like so. And then I'm gonna do one out the other way and have it go the opposite direction. So hopefully that just, and I'll have some little vines coming out the side just to help it kind of blend in there. And then the important thing I always do is my dots. So I'm gonna do dot, 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 dot. So for whatever reason, doing this combo of the 3 dots together just really helps it along. So now we're gonna go back and we're gonna get our gel pen again. And hopefully one of these gel pens are kind of finicky, you know? So I'm just gonna kind of go down the middle of that spiral. And a little bit down the edges. Now I need a little scrap piece of paper. Oof. Just to make sure it's working. There it goes. And now my flower looks really small, but that's okay. So now this is what we have so far with our thing there. And I almost want to have like more flowers, but I'm just not sure how it would go. So I'm gonna try a flower over here and over here. So we'll see how it goes. I hope it works. So again, I'm gonna try to get 5 petals in there. And since these are opaque, they do pretty well covering up. And the more layers, the more they cover up the black beneath them. So that works. And again, I'm coming back with the pink and I'm highlighting my petals. That way we have a little more flower in there. So, and then I'm gonna take my white paint marker and I'm just gonna dab that right in the middle of that flower. And then maybe just come up on some of those petals just a little bit. Whoop. There we go. Let me try and get off some of that paint. Now my paint pen is pink. I don't really want that. So I'm just gonna go here until I get it white again. There we go. So now let's just take a look and see what we have. So now we have that cute little design and it sparkles. Haha. So yeah, that was really easy, really straightforward. Yeah, now I think we can go in with our green metallic and just highlight the window. Okay. Now I'll show you how this looks. Try not to, now we'll just kind of let it dry, but that's how it looks so far. And then we can take our gold, which we use this one, and just finish going around on all the edges. Yeah. This marker might be a little older. Doesn't have a lot of juice left, I think, in it. So it's okay though. We'll get enough out of it to finish this at least. Okay. So now that's what we have there as our front cover. And I suppose, you know, you can go back and you can do all these edges. I don't know if we're going to do that right now. I don't think we're going to. But that's what you would do, and that's probably what I will do. So, and then let's see what else we're going to do with this. So you could put a picture right here, or you could leave it black. I mean, it's kind of up to you. And then I really wanted to use a doily on one of these. I cut out one of these circle doilies. So I don't know, I could maybe put it right there. Yeah, so you would like glue this back on a page and then just be able to open it and have lots of area there for whatever. So yeah, I might just glue that there just because I can. Which side do I want? Okay. Oh, before I do that, I'm gonna ink it. I'm gonna ink around it. I keep losing the doily on my tabletop. Just kind of blends right in. Yes, I am inking my fingers and my doily at the same time. Okay, so I think that looks good. Now we'll just try to get around. Not too much glue, just a little. Okay. There's that. And then maybe I'll just cut off a little bit of this, if this works. I might try this edge over here. So I just need a bit. Straight across. So if we do this way, well, I'm using that for something else. It's just not, I just don't wanna, I don't like it. So we're not doing it. Maybe we'll do a piece of lace along the edge. But I want some lace that's maybe a little more yellowy. But I think we'll go with that a little better. Oh yeah, we're good. So it turns out, yes, lace looks really good on black. On the black, so definitely I'm liking that. Definitely liking it. Okay, now we'll just take our Fabrifix and glue these right down. Hope I'm doing the right side. Hope so. Too late. Sometimes it's just not that easy to tell. And then I think maybe it probably doesn't matter if you can't tell that easily. Right? Right. Okay. I don't want to get too much on this line, but I do want to get a little so it stays down. Okay. So now that I've glued that, I'm gonna put this down. Oof. Thread there that's not cooperating. Okay, so then that's what we have there, and it looks pretty good. Pretty good. I'm just gonna trim this to the edge. Ooh. Just like the other one. So yeah, that's what we have so far there, and then you can just keep going. But there's a few ideas. I really like the lace and the doily. That looks good. So, all right, now we've got this this element, and I think we could do, it's brown, so I don't know if gold or silver would look good on there. Where's that bronze? I do have a bronze. I don't know if this bronze is in really great shape, but, or if it's very, that doesn't really show up too well. Good in theory, not too good in practice. Okay, so I have my big bin of these that I just got, so let's see what we can do with them. Something that would go good with brown, not black. And I have a feeling the ones that I want are on the bottom. Let's take these out. Those are my chalks and my pigments. Dark moss. Why was that a lid? Oh, lid was broken anyway. And a blue. I already did blue, so I don't think I should do blue. And honestly, I don't remember if there were any metallics in here. There were a lot of blues. Oh, here's a gold. But we already had a gold and a silver. So I do have some metallic. Uh-oh, one fell on the floor. So surprising. Olive. And orange. Orange. That's just not my thing. Purple. Orange. Let's try olive. Oh my goodness, I've made a mess. That's what I'm going to leave out. Okay, let's try this. I need a new sponge. Let's see, Mr. Sponge. Well, let me just try it without the sponge. I feel like you kind of lose a little to the sponge. I don't know. No, it doesn't really show up that well. Let's go back and try the... Yeah, I really like that. Picking up a little of the green. Okay, we'll do inside the windows. And there we go. Oh, so we had a rabbit in our, so I created like a little raised bed with the fence thing around it. Well, the fencing that I got was so cheap. It was plastic, and the rabbit just chewed right through it. And last year, I didn't realize it until almost the season was done. So it just happened that what I had planted in there wasn't anything that the rabbit really wanted, but it had chewed a hole in the backside and was living underneath my tomato plant. And it took me like the whole season to figure out that this rabbit had been living right in my garden bed that was supposedly rabbit proof. So this year I was like, okay, we'll plant some plants and then we'll reinforce it and we'll be good. So I kind of was, I of course waited until I actually saw the rabbit in the bed before I decided it was really time to reinforce. So yeah, I waited, and then I did like half of it and the part where it was getting in, and then it managed to get in through the side. So I was out there one day and I'm like yelling to my husband, Eric, get the gun. He was like, what? We're not gonna shoot a rabbit. I was like, well, are you sure? So then ended up my son just kind of shot some BBs. The BBs aren't, just to scare it, and it scared it out, and then he didn't get hurt or anything, and scared the rabbit out, and then he didn't come back. And then 3 days later I finally got the other part of my fence rabbit proofed for real this time. So yeah, so that's kind of a funky look. It's a little funky. It's kind of, it's definitely aged looking, maybe I don't know if you'd call that aged, but oh well. So now we can go back and try some fun things with our markers, and I think pretty much flowers. I could maybe do a basket weave on there. I could do a basket weave. Okay, so I'm going to use my bronze opaque, and oh, let's see how we do the basket weave. Okay, I have to remember this. So you do wavy lines, one direction. This is basically a Zentangle, sort of, although I guess that's like a copyrighted term, but so basically these geometric patterns. So you do wavy lines down one way, and then in the opposite directions you do your straight lines. And as you can see, mine aren't that straight. And also I'm sort of giving myself a pretty wide area between, because, is that right? Oh. Well, anyway, a pretty wide area between to account for the thickness of this marker. Okay, so now this is what makes it look like a basket weave. You do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and try not to be left-handed, and also work from right to left, or if you're left-handed, work from left to right. Okay, and which I can't seem to figure out, but hopefully you're smart enough to figure that out. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, there, that one there. Okay, does that look like basket weave? No, but now it's going to really soon. Really soon, I swear. Hopefully. Hopefully I wasn't messing this up, because my lines aren't exactly the 2 lines that way. So that's going to be we're just winging it here. Just winging it. Okay. So, I haven't done the basket weave in a while, but that's kind of what it's like. So you just created like a hand-drawn pattern right on there. So yay. Yay us. So not, really basic. And even you can do it. So yeah. Let me just see what I can do here. I'm going to draw one line right up that way. I'm going to do it the other way. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm really winging this. This is a super wing. Okay, so there. Maybe here. Okay. So yeah, and that was all just with one marker. So, and then that's how that one's decorated. So here it is. And then you can, you know, add like a piece of ephemera there, some kind of a picture. We could put root pursuit through the window. That would look really cute. Then kind of cut off the bird. You don't want that. That would be terrible. Actually, I might have some goodies in here that would be the right size, maybe. Maybe that one. What else I can find? I heard some junk journal YouTuber say, just pick the first one. It's hard to do though. You want to see if maybe there's a better option. You want the best option to be the one you use, but it doesn't always happen. All right, so I could do that, or I could do this. Ooh, that's really cute. Let's do it. Let's do that. Hopefully I can get it centered. I'm not gonna go right to the edge. I'm gonna leave a little glue edge so I can give me a little working room. Oh, I did pretty good. We'll just push that down. Okay. So these are the two we have so far, and we're gonna set those aside, move our little inks out of the way. I've got this one also to work on. This one, we're gonna use maybe silver this time, because we haven't used silver. I had this dark silver, or I could use, oop, that's not it. I'll use my silver ink pad for this one. So let me just set that against something so you can see how that looks. Looks pretty good. There we go. If I decided to do the windows, then I would need to ink up an ink pad, which I don't think I'm going to do right now. Actually, it would be easier with a marker. I think the lighter one is the one I want, so let's just do it with a marker. All of these sides. Oh, that one got a little out of control. Look at me moving right to left with my left-handed self. And don't talk, and also color, because apparently that happened. Okay, so now I think the gel pens are probably not going to show up that well on here. Let's just see what happens. So I'm going to do maybe some swirls. I mean, they really want you to embed themselves. So it creates like a little indentation. That's showing up though. And this one is like a gold, I guess. Why did I use gold when I had silk? Whatever. Nothing happening here. All right, what should I do? Okay, I'm gonna do the swirl out again. And then I can't do matching swirls. Maybe somebody can do matching swirls, not me. those are my swirls. I have to say, it looks pretty good. If you don't mind me saying so. It looks pretty darn good just for some freehand swirls. So yeah, you know what else these swirls need? 3 dots. Dun, dun, dun. Why does that make it look better? I have no idea. I haven't the faintest idea. But somebody taught me that and I was like, it does make it look better. So there is that. Yeah, yep. All right, there we go. Yeah, just some little doodles on some cardstock. That looks really good, and it's handmade. How great is that? Okay, now let's go back to this one. And I lined it with the blue. So let's do more with the blue. I'm thinking I'm gonna do dots. So we're gonna do dot. They're like circle dots. One in the middle. Okay, I think we gotta go in 3s, so let's do 3 of these down. There we go. So we've got those. I'm gonna do one here. All right, that was a little off, but that's okay. And maybe try this gold again and do some dots side, maybe. Let's try that. And these little dots that I'm doing, these gold ones, they don't really show up. They just kind of lend a little bit of glitter when you get it in a certain light. So they're not super obvious, but there, we'll just pull that one up here. So yeah. And that is just an easy little design with dots. I mean, everybody can do dots. And I feel like, I don't know, I've given you a lot of ideas. I think we're good to go. I'm gonna call it. I had more to do, but I'm gonna call it done. All right. Well, I hope this gave you quite a few ideas. I'll just pull out what I have already here again and kind of see what I have. And those. All right, so if you like this video and you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe. That would be great. That helps me out a lot, and hopefully you would be doing it because you're getting value. You can also check out my Etsy store. I have a few junk journal items for sale in there that you might be interested in, and the link is in the description of this video. And as always, thank you for coming along, and I will talk to you later.